Welcome all. I'm Vinay and I'm from India. Today I will present Multicomp to digital multimeter tips and tricks. I'm going to use MP730679 in this video. I'll briefly explain about MP730679. The MP730679 is a 1000 volt true RMS digital multimeter that offers high levels of reliability and security with a 22,000 count display. With a large screen, high resolution analog pointer display, full scale overload protection and unique appearance design. The device is extremely practical electrical meter. The device can measure AC and DC voltage and current, resistance, diode, transistor magnification, continuity, capacitance, frequency and duty ratio. Also features functions such as data transmission, data hold, relative value measurement, peak measurement, internal temperature alarm, low battery indication, backlight, auto power off and NCV function. The integrated rubber case gives more grip to the user and more isolation to the user while holding it in the hand and doing the measurements.
Opto-isolated USB bidirectional interface gives an easy and secure interface to the user while doing high voltage or current measurements. We can utilize the USB mode of the multimeter to perform the measurements and to store the data in the PC. Let me show a short demo how we can measure the voltages, and you can see the results in the digital multimeter as well as on the PC screen.
I will show another trick for using multimeter. While measuring the frequency and duty ratio of a signal, irrespective of the polarity, we can place the probe for measuring. I am utilizing the standard 1 kHz frequency source of the oscilloscope for a frequency and duty ratio measurements. I am placing the position of the multimeter in hertz and it will start measure the frequency. The source of the oscilloscope is 1 kilohertz frequency, and you can see that the multimeter is showing the frequency as 0.9998 hertz. It means it's 1 kilohertz. Let's measure the duty ratio by pressing the hertz button. You can see the duty ratio is 50%. Now I will interchange the polarity of the measurement. You can see the still it can measure the frequency and the duty ratio irrespective of the polarity. I will give a tip on AC measurement. In AC measurement, we need to care about the impedance of our multimeter. To know the impedance of the multimeter, we require another multimeter in resistance mode. We need to connect both the probes of the multimeter, positive and negative respectively. Let's put our main multimeter in AC voltage measurement mode and our secondary multimeter in resistance measuring mode. Now the secondary multimeter is showing the impedance of our main multimeter. Our MCP 730679 impedance is 11 mega ohm in AC mode. When you are testing the diode, please keep in mind to select the diode test mode. If you select the continuity mode and tries to measure the diode, it will not show any results. Now I will switch to the diode mode. You can see the results. Please keep it in mind while testing the diode, you need to switch to the diode symbol.
LED can be tested in two modes. One is in continuity mode and another one is in diode test mode. While testing the LED in continuity mode, we need to place the red probe to the cathode of the LED and COM probe to the anode of the LED. When you are testing the same LED in diode test mode, we need to interchange the pin probes, COM probe to the cathode pin of the LED and red probe to the anode pin of the LED. Another tip for handling the MP730679 in millivolt range. Since the MP730679 is 22,000 count, we have to know that limit of it, and it can measure up to 220 millivolt. I will place the position of the switch to the millivolt range and I will select the DC. Now I will vary the voltage source. You can observe that it will display only up to 220 millivolt. Here is another tip. While measuring the superimposed signal, switch the position of the multimeter to AC plus DC. This mode will display both AC and DC voltage in a single window. Let's turn on the power supply. Now you can observe that displaying only the DC voltage. Since my power supply is DC, it displaying only the DC component. If any AC components available, it display both in a single window. I found one of the best features of this product is SMD adapter for resistor, capacitor, transistor and diode test. In order to avoid ESD damages, use ESD safe tweezers to place the SMD component for testing. Before measuring the capacitor capacitance, short the two leads of the capacitor in order to avoid the damages due to the power stored in the capacitor. To measure the capacitance, please place the switch of the capacitance measuring mode and place the leads to the capacitor leads. Since the capacitor has a high capacitance value, we have to expect slight time delay to see the results. In high capacitance measurement, the measured value is approximate value and not the exact value. The capacitance value is 2000 microfarad on the capacitor we are measuring, and our multimeter is showing the near approximate value only.
Here is another tip. If you want to perform any AC measurement before placing the probe, you can quickly test the AC presence in the supply using the NCV mode. The buzzer sound indicates it has a live AC connection.